Hello everyone, welcome to Ponderings of the Priest. Welcome to Lent. I like to say Happy Lent, and you may think that's a very strange thing to say, but really we can make Lent an incredibly profound, freeing, joy-filled time. Yesterday, at Ash Wednesday, in our gospel lesson, basically what Jesus talked about was how we loose the bonds of the claims that the world holds on us. And one of the things that was mentioned was in Jesus, the world held no claims on him. And he encourages us to do the same. In fact, in Matthew's gospel, he says, I tell you, do not worry what you shall eat and what you shall drink and what you shall wear. Does not your Father clothe the lilies of the field more spectacularly than you? And he tells us just to stay in the day and to not worry about anything more than today. In the stories of Exodus and Deuteronomy, we hear that God provided the people of Israel manna one day at a time, just as they need it. So how do we, in Lent, this is a great time for us to pray and meditate about being freed from the bonds of the world, of working through a process spiritually of no longer allowing the world to hold claim on us. So how do we do that? Well, one of the first things we need to do is identify those things that hold claim to us. You know, it could be our material concerns, our financial concerns, it could be relational concerns and issues. It could be old resentments that we don't seem to be able to let go of. There's any number of lists of things in the ways that the world holds claim on us. And so first what we need to do in prayer and meditation and quiet time, which means we need to shut out the noise of the world and actually get quiet, perhaps write it down on paper or keep a journal over Lent. What are the things that hold claim to you and me? And then what we need to do with that is to prayerfully give that to God and to ask for help. One of the most powerful prayers I have ever prayed in my life is to say, God, I can't do this. I need help. But it needs to be a prayer that is completely unconditional, that has no strings attached. That means I'm willing to allow God to answer that prayer in whatever way God needs to answer the prayer, not the way I think God should answer that prayer. And for me, one of my favorite passages of Scripture is from the 3rd chapter of Proverbs. Trust in the Lord with all your heart, and do not lean on your own understanding. What it tells me is that just because I think I know what I think I know doesn't mean I know it. And no, I can't repeat that. Do not lean on your own understanding in all your ways. In all your ways. There's no exception. It means every single dimension of our lives, of your life and my life. Acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. This seems simplistic. It seems like, how can that possibly be, Brenda? You know, that's very naive of you to say. It's really not. But what it is it enters us into the mystery of God and the way God does things, not the way we think God should do things. And in so doing, we tell the world you have no claim on us because I am putting my claim in Jesus Christ and trusting in the power of God. So in beginning Lent, I would invite us to loose the bonds of the claims that the world holds on us. Something to ponder for the week. Have a wonderful day, everyone.